Hello and welcome back to the Warlords of Draenor coverage. This time we're going to be talking about some of the new features, well, one of them, and that is the new inventory system. It's not really a new system, it's more just constant refinement of the current one, and honestly I think it's kind of fantastic. So they're adding heirlooms, toys, and possibly tabards to this whole collection system. Now this essentially means that you have a specific part of your UI, which will store all of these things. For an example, actually, I thought the heirloom one was really cool because it actually grayed out heirlooms that you didn't have and gave you info of where to get them. And it's also kind of cool that it doesn't matter what character has an heirloom, you can always just grab it from the UI, which is nice because you don't have to fumble around all your different characters and mailing things to different characters and that sort of thing. It is account-wide and it is also realm-wide, which is very nice and very convenient. And the same goes for the toy box, which actually looked kind of cool. So you can also favorite things, and this includes the mount and pet sort of thing. So a favorite, you put like a little star beside the icon, and then they appear near the top, I suppose. They also have some cool things. For an example, with mounts, you can summon a favorite random mount. So I think that's nice. A lot of people have been putting in complex macros and things so they can summon a random mount. This time you can always get a mount you like with one button you just stick in your hotbar, so I think that's really cool. Next we have bags, and they're now sortable, but in a very, very interesting way. So big bags are not the answer because it just makes things hard to find. You can now right-click on a bag and make it a different type. For an example, you can make a bag only for consumables, maybe one that's only for trade mats, that sort of thing. And things that have recently went into your bag are highlighted in white. This is so that they're easier to see, and it's just better for gameplay, I suppose. And you can also mark a bag as vendor trash. I just think this is great because as you acquire items, if you have your bag set up decently, then what it means is your inventory, while it may be near full a lot of the time, it will at least be very readable, which gets rid of, I suppose, a lot of the annoyance of having things being nearly full. That said, with some of the initiatives they're taking this expansion, your inventory should not be full all the time. Another thing that they're doing is they are no longer putting quest items in your bags. These are just going to be stored in the quest user interface, so if there's a button, it'll just be there in the quest UI that you can click. Nothing will be appearing in your bags or that sort of thing. And you can also craft directly from the bank. That is so good, because a big part of crafting that annoyed me is you always had different amounts of different amounts of items strewn around in different places and different characters, and half of the barrier to entry was just overcoming the absolute headache that it was getting to any of this stuff. So if you can just craft from the bank, I think that's just brilliant. It also means that if you are a professional person, you can stuff all your mats in the bank, and they won't be crowding up your bags all the time. Because that's a bit of a problem if you're a professional person. Your bags are definitely always going to be near full, and it's just a pain in the arse. So they've also changed it so a lot of mats stack to 100, so that's just great. I wonder what this will mean for the auction house now that things will be sold in stacks of 100. I suppose it's going to be easy to buy a lot of something, which maybe will encourage more big business on the auction house. But overall, that's it for inventory updates. I think this is absolutely fantastic. This is really great. It's one of those things that's always a constant annoyance, and it just gets in the way of having fun in the game. So by making that more streamlined, it's good. And honestly, streamlined isn't a bad word in this case, because you want your inventory to be streamlined. Anyway, that's it for this video. Keep tuned to the channel for constant BLIZZCON footage as we go on. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.